We hear more from those residents on the reservations. That's next.
Cooler temperatures today, but soon we'll be back up into the 90s. I'll let you know how hot we're going to get. NBC Palm Springs at 6 begins now.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Mark Mester. Palm Springs City Council could triple the amount of funding that heads to the Greater Palm Springs Pride organization and their festivities here in the Coachella Valley. That's tonight's top story. It's a decision that could come at tonight's City Council meeting, just weeks away from the scheduled events. Tiani Jadalang joins us live in Palm Springs tonight. She's outside of City Hall where that meeting just got underway. Tiani?
Mark, that meeting has started. No decision has been reached just yet. But if that proposal is approved tonight by Palm Springs City Council, the amount of funding the Greater Palm Springs Pride organization will receive from the City of Palm Springs will increase from $125,000 to $350,000. Now, according to the staff report made by the city manager and director of Parks and Recreation, the approved increase would be not for just this year's festival, but until the city's commitment for an annual sponsorship of the event expires. That's in 2027. The agenda item notes this increase of funding was requested by the Greater Palm Springs Pride organization, but after asking if this request comes following the organization's $275,000 shortfall, Executive Director Jasmine Sullivan Waits said it was not, and that this circumstance is quite common for the city.
If you think about the Palm Springs Film Festival, the city sponsors that event, both in-kind services and direct funds. Tour de Palm Springs is another event that the city funds for safety personnel. So it is very common, especially for the city of Palm Springs, because they really embrace community and they embrace events. So it is very common for the city to support their local business, their local nonprofits in producing events for the city.
The executive director told me there will be no direct money exchange. The appropriation will be for in-kind services, meaning it will fund public safety, law enforcement, public works, and Parks and Rec, which will help execute the event. Now, it's important to note that Mayor Ron DeHart from the city of Palm Springs is also the CEO of Greater Palm Springs Pride. Again, that meeting is taking place right behind me here at City Hall. When they make that decision, we'll have those updates here on NBC Palm Springs. Live in Palm Springs, I'm Tiani Jadalang. We'll send it back to Mark and Olivia in studio.
Tiani, thank you. Let's bring you a live look outside now. Our Agua Caliente casino camera. This is Rancho Mirage. You've got some traffic there in the foreground, the sunset in the background. Looks like things have kind of settled down a little bit. Kind of a weird overnight for us. Some thunder, some lightning. I slept through most of it, but I hear it was really exciting.
I'm from Miami. I used to love taking naps with big thunderstorms and lots of rain. Haven't seen that quite here yet, but we heard lightning last night, Mark.
Definitely did.
It was nice. Let's go to the temperatures right now. You're also going to feel lots of wind, 85 degrees right now in Palm Springs. Precipitation 0, not expecting any rain, but we weren't expecting rain yesterday in Cathedral City and parts of Palm Desert. Saw a little sprinkles, humidity at just 20%. But if you saw Tiani, you saw lots of wind blowing, and that's going to continue. 85 degrees, the temperatures in Palm Springs, 74 in Desert Hot Springs. Indio currently at 78 degrees. The wind I was mentioning, wind gusts of 21 miles an hour in Palm Springs, 19 miles an hour in Thousand Palms, 16 in Cabazon. Those wind gusts ranging between 20 and 30 miles an hour in the area. So be careful. Always, my hair is perfect though. The wind never moves my hair, so I don't have that problem Tiani has with wind. Our 3-day comfort air forecast on Wednesday, 88 degrees, but then we're going to go right back up to the low 90s for Thursday and Friday, and soon we'll see temperatures again at 95 degrees, but I'll tell you about that later. Let's go back over to Olivia and Mark.
Pablo, thank you. A local alert this evening. The community building celebration, East Coachella Valley Pride, is back for its 9th annual year. The event's theme is Pride Blooming Without End. This celebration is a resource fair, and it's also a culturally sensitive space where young people are invited to connect with the queer community. The event will showcase an exciting lineup of performers. There's art, food, other community organizations will be on hand. You can attend at the Coachella Library Park and Gardens. It's this Sunday, October 26th, and it runs from 3 to 8 p.m.
3 recent graduates from Desert Hot Springs High School, part of the class of 2025, are now United States Marines. They were recognized during a special ceremony at Desert Hot Springs High School this afternoon, receiving enlistee grants and an award from the 1st Marine Division Association, Private First Class Jose Diaz Jr., Private First Class Jeremy Menares, and Private First Class Samuel Sosa all completed Marine Corps boot camp on Friday. And all three served in the same platoon or subdivision. We spoke to one of the enlistees about their experience post-boot camp training.
It feels amazing to get out of boot camp, but it also feels weird coming back to the civilian life. Living 3 months under strict stuff, growing onto the routine of how everything was, and then being able to come back with some freedom and have money, you can do what you want to do. But knowing that you shouldn't be irresponsible with your money, so you have to hold yourself accountable, know what to do, what not to do, and you just have to hold yourself up to a higher standard now.
Their journey from Junior Officers Training Corps to the Marines highlights the strength of the program and the values it instills.
A Temecula man has been charged with assault on a peace officer with a deadly weapon and multiple counts of vandalism after a rooftop standoff in Indio. 47-year-old Sean Allen Camba was arrested on Monday after allegedly damaging the Riverside County DA's Coachella Valley office, then climbing onto the roof of a nearby building to hide. Police shut down part of Highway 111 and called in SWAT. After hours of failed negotiations, officers used flashbangs and they took Camba into custody after a brief struggle. Camba is a convicted felon with a history of vandalism and resisting arrest. He's being held on $30,000 bail tonight.
Palm Springs Police is asking the public for help tonight, identifying two people suspected of stealing 2 Yorkshire Terriers. Their names are Maggie and Winnie. Got some photos of the adorable dogs right there. Investigators say around 10:30 Friday morning, back on October 17th, a man and a woman were seen picking up the small dogs after they wandered from their home when a door was left open. The man is described as being in his 30s or 40s. There's a photo of him right there. As you can see, he's wearing a black cap. He's wearing a shirt that says, "I need coffee." He also has some black shorts on, white shoes, carrying a purple backpack. He has tattoos all throughout his body. The woman you could see right there, she was wearing a leopard print dress and brown boots. Both left the area quickly. The dogs, as you can see on the left part of your screen right there, they're microchipped and they're worth about $2,500 each. If you have any information, please contact Animal Control Officer. Her name is Jeanette Guzman. We've put her number right there at the very bottom part of your screen.
Today, Riverside County officials gave the green light to a major development project in the eastern portion of the Coachella Valley. That's despite pushback from residents who are concerned about environmental and health impacts this project could potentially bring. Our Alondra Campos has details.
After nearly 3 hours of discussion between county officials, project developers, and local residents, the Riverside County Planning Commission voted in favor of a new development in the eastern part of the Coachella Valley. Thermal Ranch, a multi-million-dollar project, would be built on a 619-acre lot situated along 62nd Avenue and would feature private horse stables, a hotel, and commercial and retail space.
Outside the park, our shopping centers and the hotels will be open year-round.
Okay.
So we're going to have a hotel with 150 keys.
The project is led by Desert International Horse Park CEO Jeremy Smith, who says the new facility will bring approximately 300 seasonal jobs during horse competition season, possible educational opportunities for students, and affordable housing for local farm workers.
We'll rent it out to them. So anybody that wants to live there, we can do. And so it's an asset for the community.
Many residents, however, say the benefits fall short and see it as another sign of displacement and environmental inequality for eastern Coachella Valley residents.
These are families who rise before the sun to work in fields that feed this county, families who advocated years for clean water, who breathe one of the poorest air pollutions every day, and who are now being asked again to bear the consequence of someone else's vision of growth.
Among their concerns is the disposal of 140,000 pounds of manure that is expected daily from the ranch and the impacts construction traffic could have on the air quality in the region. While some Planning Commission officials aligned with the opposition,
I appreciate the infrastructure upgrade that this would bring, but without, tangible support from this community, I can't support this right now.
The majority aligned with the project developers.
Instead of the project proposing a community park or trying to build low-income housing, which it doesn't appear that that's the applicant's business. The applicant's business is horses.
We spoke with the CEO after the meeting, who tells us that strict oversight will be in place if the project gets a final approval.
Our commitments made during the development are legitimate commitments. The new substation, which they haven't had a substation built in the valley in over 30 years. That has to be done, otherwise we can't even power a horse show.
Despite that assurance, residents say they are not backing down.
This isn't the last step. We still have the Board of Supervisors hearing, so we are going full force and mobilizing residents to join that meeting.
For NBC Palm Springs, I'm Alondra Campos.
The proposal will now be presented to the Riverside County Board of Supervisors in the coming weeks for a final vote.
New at 6 o'clock tonight, you might want to rethink your flight options when flying on WestJet out of Palm Springs Airport, or any other for that matter. That's because WestJet, prominently flying to Calgary and Vancouver out of Palm Springs Airport, has announced you will have to pay for the ability to recline certain seats aboard a newly designed aircraft. Budget Airline announced that it's reconfiguring all 43 aircrafts that are currently all economy. The redesign will do away with the recline function on standard economy seats, which will now have a fixed recline. WestJet flies routes to 29 states, including Hawaii, as well as Puerto Rico and the nation's capital.
Well, that's a new one. Coming up next year on NBC Palm Springs, the Senate votes on another government spending measure in an effort to reopen the shutdown. We have information on the vote and what happens next right after the break.
Plus, the Firebirds back in action tonight up in San Jose. Our Tim O'Brien has the latest as Coachella Valley looked for its first win of this season. That's coming up in sports.
And your gold and silver prices. Stay with us. Those headlines right after the break.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Be sure not to miss anything. If you're only watching us on TV, you're only getting part of the story. Head to our new website for the latest broadcasts, digital exclusive content, contests, and more. Go to NBCPalmSprings.com. Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
Welcome back. The government shutdown will continue for yet another day.
For the 12th time, the Senate has failed to pass the government spending measure, this time by a vote of 54 to 46. The measure needed 60 votes to advance. If passed, it would have reopened the government until November 21st. As in previous votes, Democratic Senators Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada and John Fetterman of Pennsylvania voted in favor of the short-term spending bill as did Independent Senator Angus King of Maine. On the Republican side, Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky was the only Republican to oppose the measure. Another vote is expected as soon as tomorrow.
And some local news. Earlier this afternoon, Callao Bay Memory Care and Assisted Living in La Quinta hosted a trunk or treat lowrider car show. This event was open to the public and it featured some classic cars from the Coachella Valley's own car club.
We look for events or activities that will involve our residents, and also it's kind of like a reminder for them. It takes them back to maybe their first car, road trips, maybe drive-ins, just about their past. And so we look for ideas and things that we can kind of encourage or bring back those memories.
Staff went all out on the Halloween decor, and candy was provided for children who attended as well.
Residents of Cathedral City have a chance to get free Robin Thicke tickets. The Blurred Line Singer is performing at this year's International Balloon Festival. Concert is Friday, November 21st at the Community Amphitheater. Officials say 600 free tickets will be available for Cathedral City residents on a first-come, first-served basis. You can get them at the Ace Club. That's inside of Agua Caliente Casino, starting at 11 o'clock in the morning on November 3rd through November 20th. Here are the rules. You need to be at least 21 years old, a Cathedral City resident, and also an ACE club member.
Sounds like a fun time. Live look outside our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera this evening. We've got to look at your 7-day forecast and possibly a warm-up on the way. That's with Pablo Alsina right after the break.
Pablo Alsina, a beautiful sky over Rancho Mirage, the Walter Clark cam. Got to move out of the way, nearly got hit by that car. Perfect weather today in the high 80s in Palm Springs, which is a slightly lower than normal. Normal at 89, we're at 88 today. But look at this, in 1995, a low of just 22 degrees in today's date. I also missed the 90s. I like 1995, great year. High temperatures we saw 88 degrees in Palm Springs. We saw 90s, but only in Mecca and in Thermal. Palm Desert with a high of 88, Cabazon with a high of just 72 degrees. So it's a very nice, beautiful day, not muggy at all, very low humidity. The dew points were at 46%, so slightly hotter, more humid than yesterday, but not that bad. Temperatures then dropping quickly into the 70s. The low temperatures you're going to feel tonight, 63 degrees in Palm Springs. Palm Desert at 62, same as Indio and Thousand Palms. Big Bear City with low of just 28 degrees. Banning, low of 49 degrees. If you're going walking, look how beautiful the temperatures will be at 8 o'clock, 75 degrees. Not too cold, not hot at all. Perfect night to get that late walk exercise in. 7-day comfort air forecast. On Thursday, we're back up into the 90s, but low 90s, 90, 91 on Friday, Saturday as well. Then it's going to dip with some cloud coverage on Sunday to 88. But look at next Tuesday, back into 94 degrees. I thought we were done with the mid-90s till next year. Nope, they are back. I'm Pablo Alsina. This is your 7-day forecast. Keep watching NBC Palm Springs.
Waterwise Wednesday, brought to you by Coachella Valley Water District.
I am here with Lorraine Garcia, Communication Manager for the Coachella Valley Water District, and we're talking about how temperatures are dropping, which means you can conserve water. Thanks for being here, first of all.
Thank you.
Yes, talk a little bit about how we can conserve during cooler temperatures.
Yeah, so we recommend cutting back on watering in your landscape during the cooler temperatures. Plants don't need as much water as they did during the summer months.
Right, and that's just because the sun is not sucking the life out of them, right?
Right, they're not, in the full sun that's really, really hot in the arid, dry heat during the summer. And so sometimes during those colder months, plants aren't using as much water. Soils can also absorb more water and keep that water.
So how do we go about doing that? Are our outdoor systems on a clock or a timer, or do we talk to our landscapers?
Most systems are on some kind of timer. If you have a landscaper, they usually will adjust it for you, but you can also let them know if maybe it's overwatering. If you do it yourself, then you can adjust it. But you can also get a smart controller that can do it for you.
And that takes care of the whole thing? You said you could operate that on your phone?
There are some very smart irrigation controllers that know the temperature and climate zone of your home, and it also knows when it rains and that sort of things. But you can also do it as well from an app on your phone.
Awesome. And there's a rebate that you guys are offering, right?
Yes, we have a rebate. CVWD customers who are eligible can get a free smart controller.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Or a discount on one of those really smart controllers that you can download an app with.
How do you do that?
Go to our website at cvwd.org/conservation.
All right, and it's great that the weather is getting cooler, and not only that, you can save some money, right?
Yeah.
All right, Lorraine Garcia, thanks so much for being here.
Waterwise Wednesday, brought to you by Coachella Valley Water District.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Be sure not to miss anything. NBC Palm Springs Sports with Tim O'Brien, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
Well, welcome back. The CIF Flag Football Playoffs 2 weeks ahead of tackle. It hit the gridiron last night across the Coachella Valley. The Palm Desert Lady Aztecs home against Indian Springs, and Palm Springs hosting Estancia. Now, the Indians fell 33-6, but the Lady Aztecs there, they took care of business. A big 18-9 win. You see a touchdown there from Olivia Lugo Alvarez. You'll see another quick one here from Frankie Rivera. Catches the long ball untouched into the end zone. Remember that name here in just a moment. And then Penelope Poland would give the Aztecs their third of 4 touchdowns. Another one fade across the middle, making it look easy. Frankie Rivera would close the scoring out for the Aztecs with a pick 6 to put the game to bed. Even hit the gritty, making it look easy. Now, the top-ranked team in the Coachella Valley had a crushing loss last night on the road against Portola. The Shadow Hills Lady Knights entered the game having split the season series with Portola, but fell 7-6 in the Division II matchup. The Knights finished the season 23-5 with a perfect 8-0 league record, so fell short of the ultimate goal, but congrats on a successful season. And the Firebirds returned to action tonight, just about 30 minutes in San Jose against the Barracuda. The Firebirds still looking for their first win of the season, having dropped the first 2 at home and losing in overtime on Sunday in Bakersfield. Following tonight's game, Coachella Valley will head north of the border to take on the Calgary Wranglers for 2 games Friday and Saturday night. And just moments ago, we learned that the Firebirds lost defenseman Ty Nelson for several weeks with a lower body injury. We'll, of course, have more on our website at NBCPalmSprings.com. That'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Concerts in the Park series returns to Civic Center Park in Palm Desert on Thursday. The Silverados will be showcasing a variety of country hits. It's a free, family-friendly event with food trucks and plenty of lawn space. We'll be right back.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging lithium.
All right, we're out of time tonight. Back for the news at 11. Meantime, have a safe night, everybody. Fred Rogan's next.